Amazing, amazing Saturday. Look, y'all, I wanted to get on here real quick. I'm actually on, what is this? 6 different platforms. So let me just give a shout out real quick so y'all can get on, give people a little bit more time to get on up in here. Look, y'all, I go by Zabo 103. Um, Shout out to YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Riff, Rumble. Shout out to all the platforms that we on currently right now. Um, I said I was gonna pop on here real quick and chop it up with y'all the way we chop it up. Again, it's a beautiful day, y'all. Any day above the ground, y'all, it's a beautiful thing, y'all. Today I was kind of in and out. I've been doing my little workout thing where I've been doing my little what do you call them? 2 a days. I'm working out early in the morning, and then I'm working out at night. And I said, it's been really good, y'all. I can't even front because the reality of it is, y'all. To be honest with you, I've been doing a lot of thinking, which leads me back to the question of this live, y'all. What's your motivation? Not what's the motivation that everybody else then gave you. What's actually your motivation? That's the real question, y'all. I really want to get that understanding for myself, right? What is really my motivation? And I know what my motivation is, and that's what I do. But my question is what is your motivation? That's a real question you should be asking yourself, y'all. That's something that you should be dissecting every single day. Because the reality of it is, once you realize what's your true motivation, this stuff gonna become easy. I'm not sure what be happening, y'all. I think everybody be trying to join my live. I'm not sure why, but it's kind of odd. One day we might do something like that, but not right now. So look, y'all, if you're new to my live, your first time being on my live, again, we on 6 different platforms. Shout out to y'all. Put a one in the chat if this is your first time on my live. As soon as I said it over here with these platforms, they just go crazy with ones. I know y'all knew, so we'll give y'all a recap. If you've been on my lives more than once, and this is your second, third, fourth, 62nd time being on my live, put a two in the chat. Want to go ahead and get some stuff out there. We got a one on Instagram. That's cool. Couple twos on TikTok. They ones. Shout out to y'all. Look, y'all, I go by Zabo 103. I'm really the dude that get on these social media platforms and I kind of make it interesting for folks. And the reason why I say I kind of make it interesting for folks is because, look, y'all, I'm really doing something on these live platforms that most people will never do. And that's just give out free information without any other intentions behind it. I think sometimes in doing these things, people get a little bit comfortable because people are going to be people. And sometimes they feel like they're entitled to certain things. And let me be honest with you, anything that I give on my live platforms, I'm giving it freely. I'm also the wrong person to to just boss up on to show me your entitledness. I don't care, y'all. I'm also a troll. So for those trolls that do pop in my live that have the wild stuff to say, y'all, I like to play too. I like to have fun. I like to troll too. So don't be alarmed, y'all. Most times people pop on these live, especially people that will say they like me. And you'll say something to them, they'll tuck their tail and go on the other way. Or they'll be afraid to say something back. I'm not that person. I'm not that person. I'm that person that's gonna troll with you. It just seemed like the right thing to do. It is what it is, y'all. But on my lives, yo, I really try to get people. I really try to get people. I really try to get people. I really try to get people to think because it's about provoking thought. There's nothing that I can say to you on a live platform that's going to make you do anything better than what you're doing right now today. There's nothing I can say on a live platform that's going to magically change your life forever. It's just not, y'all. That's just the truth. I try to provoke thought because only you can make these different decisions to act upon these things that can change your life. So if you think, if you research and then take action, which is the secret to everything you want to do in life, you going to win, boys and girls. You 100% going to win. You just realistically, you got to start thinking. You got to start thinking, y'all. That's really the gift. You gotta think. That's where all this stuff starts, y'all. So as I'm going through this information and I'm about to share with y'all on this live, all I ask y'all to do is think about it. If it's something that resonates with you, that you say, oh, I can believe that, go research it. And when you see that it's legit, think about it some more, research how to do what I'm talking about, and then just start taking action. I promise you, your future self will thank you. So it is what it is, boys and girls. For those of you that are looking for credentials, let me just go ahead and say it and put it out there real quickly. I ain't got no credentials. I ain't got no credentials, boys and girls. I'm just a dude on the internet talking. That's it. I'm just a dude on the internet talking. That's it. If you're looking for somebody that got a whole bunch of different degrees and a whole bunch of different letters behind their name, I'm not your guy. If you're looking for a financial advisor, I am not your guy. If you're looking for somebody that's going to teach you step by step on how to build generational wealth, I'm not your guy. What I will tell you is I am a dude that got a little bit of experience. I got a little bit of experience, y'all. And life be lifing. For real, for real. I'm also a dude that's financially free. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's important to nobody. Who cares? If you're not financially free, what me being financially free got to do with you? It is what it is. But I will ask you to ask your financial advisor, is your financial advisor free? Is your financial advisor financially free? If the answer is no, why are you spending your money? That doesn't make logical sense to me. I use a lot of common sense, y'all. That's just me, because I'm not to show up as Marvel in the bag. I barely got a high school diploma. Ain't no college education in me. Therefore, I ain't have to deal with no student loans. But I use a lot of common sense. These people that's teaching you how to build generational wealth, ask them the question. Start dissecting it. Have they built generational wealth for themselves? Do they even have a generation to leave it to? Ask these questions, y'all. And rightfully so, you're spending your money, right? Have these people walk the path that they're trying to teach you to walk. I'm not talking about all the illusion, y'all. I'm not talking about, the green screen shouties. I'm not talking about the Airbnb shouties. I'm not talking about the Toro renting bosses. I ain't talking about that, y'all. I'm talking about how they really, really walk this path that they're trying to get y'all to take. Here's what's scary. You don't need advice from other people. You need what's inside of you for you to start living it. Because if you have the audacity to dream anything more than what you have, you can accomplish it, y'all. As long as it's legal. Because there's only two things, boys and girls: illegal and legal. If it's illegal, you don't want to do it. If it's legal, what's stopping you from doing it? That's a real question. Here we are in a world where no one has the motivation to go do anything, but they're talking about all these things they wish they had. and it's legal to do it. If it's legal, there's nothing stopping you from doing it but you. It's not money. Capital has never been anybody's issue. It's always been information and you taking action with the information that you get. That's the truth. No one will ever really understand that until they start living it. And how do I know this? Before I started living this stuff, y'all, I promise y'all, I used to be the person that always would say silly stuff like, if I had $1 million, I'd retire and I'd be rich. It wasn't until I hit my first meal that I realized $1 million ain't no money. It's a lot of money when you in between blessings, AKA broke. It's a ton of money when you in between blessings, AKA broke. But when you make your first $1 million, boys and girls, you gonna realize it ain't no money. Promise you it ain't no money. And this stuff seems so far away, y'all. It really ain't that far away. Think about this for a second. Let me give you an example of what I mean. Watch this. If you want to make in a year's time, right? Let's say you wanted to make $10,000 a year, right? 10. Well, let's bump it up a little bit higher because everybody brag about 6 figures. Let's say you want to make 100 grand in a year. You would realistically need to make, we're going to round up for the sake of argument, $300 a day. If you make $300 a day, boys and girls, that's over $100,000 a year. Y'all can pull out y'all palm pile and do the math with me. I want y'all to understand this. $100,000 a year, rounding up, $300 a day. So every day you need to make $300, right? Now, for some, they're like, how am I gonna make $300 every single day? That can seem like a stretch. Well, if you want to add a zero to your 100,000 and make $1 million, right? That means you would need to make $3,000 a day, right? I mean, we just put in just simple math, y'all. How the heck I'm gonna make $3,000 a day? This doesn't make sense. Well, first, once you do the math, then you gotta start multiplying things to make it make sense. Watch this. If you went out today and you found you a product, and that product you're gonna be selling, and you getting that product pennies on the dollar, because that's what you do. That's called good business. And you sell that product for $100. $100 every item that you sell. $100. In order to make 100 grand in a year, you only would need to sell 3 of those items a day. 3. Now, we always talk about this $100,000 as this magical place. It's no money, y'all. We know this now. You're broke. 3 items a day at $100 a piece. That's over $100,000 a year. Okay, let's take it a step further. Could I get on social media right now and go live on multiple platforms and sell 3 items a day for $100? You absolutely could. You got followers on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. You can sell 3 items every single day. So if you're at a job right now today and you make less than $100,000 a day, you can realistically go find your product that you're going to be selling for $100 out the gate and make more than what you're making at your job by selling 3 items a day. Can you hear me now? Everybody want to brag about being in this 6 figures a year club. Okay, congratulations. I made it simple. Well, let's take it a step further than that. Let's say you already make 6 figures a year. You already make 100 grand. That ain't no money to you, which it ain't. You're broke. And you're trying to make 7 figures a year. Again, you're just doing the math, add a zero. What does that mean, boys and girls? You got this item for $100. You can't sell 3 items a day now. You need to sell 30 items a day. Can you get on all your social media platforms and sell 30 items a day? You absolutely could. I don't care if you need to be on social media from 8 o'clock in the morning to midnight. Every single day, you can sell 30 items in a day. It's billions of people on this planet, y'all. Billions. Let's look at just in your country. It's hundreds of millions of people. Think about what I'm saying, y'all. 30 items a day at $100. That's over 7 figures a year. That's over $1 million a year, boys and girls. You go to work every single day and you talk to customers every single day. You go to work and you have interaction with clients, whatever you want to call it. You're accomplishing 30 customers a day. Actually, more than that, hundreds of customers every single day. Could you sell 30 items for $100 in a day? Just on social media alone. Forget going door to door, business to business. I'm talking about just online, getting online and selling the product for $100. Could you sell it to 30 people every single day? When you wake up in the morning, after you done started your day, hop on your live platform and start selling. You on all day long, working it like it's an 8-hour shift. And if you're working it like it's an 8-hour shift, I mean, if we're gonna call a spade, every hour you selling what? Rounding, I want to round up. I say three items an hour, four items an hour. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me from there? That's over 7 figures, boys and girls. 30 items a day. Let's say, for the sake of argument, you want to be big boss. You don't want to generate 7 figures. You want to generate 8 figures in a year. That's just $10 million, boys and girls. What does that mean? You need to sell 300 items a day. You just add a zero. When you add that zero, I'm selling 300 items a day at $100 a piece. Boys and girls, you done made over $10 million in a year. This is how simple this stuff is, y'all. It starts with you doing the math, but you got to be motivated to do it. That's what they tell you, right? What's your motivation? I call motivation like taking a bath. You're going to need it every single day. You need to feel that gravity pulling you to this stuff, y'all. This stuff ain't complicated. We talk a lot of times about whole life insurance policies, land, all that good stuff. But the reality of it is, if we're going to talk about just getting to work and start making money, because that's what everybody be talking, they struggling about. I'm struggling on how to make this money. Y'all, that's the easy part of the process. The discipline part of the process with those policies and land, now that's a different animal, y'all. But if you trying to just make a certain dollar amount of money, the money ain't real, no way. You can make money all day. Notice I said make money out of thin air. You can make money. I ain't talking about going out there print no money. We're not doing that. But you can make money. If that's your motivation, then how you do what you do? You don't need a course to understand that. You don't need a advertisement agency, a marketing team. You don't need none of that. You just need a product and the ability to go on these free platforms that are free to you and use them. Even if you said to yourself, man, my goal is to sell 30 items every single day. Watch this. My goal is to sell 30 items every single day. And some days you sell 15 items. Some days you sell 2. Some days you sell 60. It all gonna even out over time, y'all. But let's say your goal, your target is 30 items a day because you want to make 7 figures in a year. That's $100 an item. And you averaging, I don't know, I'm just going to throw a random number out there. It's just sake of argument, y'all. Let's say you average 15 items instead of your 30. Let's say you can't sell 30. You only can sell 15 a day. That's your max based off of your platforms that you have. That's still $750,000 a year, boys and girls. I'm going to say that again. That's still $750,000 a year. Can you sell 15 items a day? You got 1,000 followers on Instagram. You got 2,000 followers on TikTok. You got 300 followers on Facebook. You got 25 subscribers on YouTube. Can you sell 15 items a day? You could. And as word gets around and more people start coming to you, guess what? You're going to start selling more, y'all. This is before you start paying for ads. This is before you start even paying for Google ads. This is how simple this stuff is, y'all. So my question that I'm asking y'all, what's your motivation? I'm asking that question because if you're stuck in your rat race and you've been stuck in this rat race for all this time, you done been motivated, unmotivated, motivated, unmotivated, motivated, unmotivated. Whatever's motivating you right now, it ain't working. It just ain't. So you need to really understand or take the time to say to yourself, whatever this is that I say that's really motivating me, is it really motivating me to do something? Because I ain't did nothing. And if it's not motivating you, then you need to have something like gravity pulling you to it. What are those things like gravity? Your kids, your spouse, your other family member. They're not motivation, they're gravity. Because if you don't do what you're supposed to do, your family ain't got a roof over their head. They ain't got food on the table. They ain't got clothes on their mouth. So whatever you're doing to get these things for your people that you truly care about and love the most is pulling you to it. It's almost like you jumped in the air, you get pulled back down. It's gravity, y'all. This is how you have to operate. I don't go and do the things that I like to do because I'm motivated to do it. I don't care if I'm motivated or not. It's irrelevant. It has nothing to do with anything. It sounds good. It feels good sometimes when you get motivated. You get enough adrenaline going, it can be exciting. But I do these things because it's gravity pulling me to these things, y'all. I can't do nothing but those things because I jumped in the air and it's going to pull me back down. I can't fly. So I'm going to continue doing these things because the people that I care about and love the most, they're my gravity. You get it? So when you hear me say things like, hey, I can't partner with you. I can't start this type of business. I can't do that. The reason why I'm telling you I can't is because it's taking time away from my people that I love. And they're pulling me to them constantly. So do you go on Amazon or somewhere and pick a product? I mean, you could, but let's be clear, y'all. There's only a select group of people that make money off of Amazon, y'all. And shout out to them. Shout out to Amazon. But when you start talking about the cost when it comes to shipping with Amazon, the cost, because your customer might not pay for no shipping. You're eating that cost. And if your packaging ain't right, your shipping can cost you an arm and a leg, even more than the product that you're selling. The fee that Amazon is going to charge you from doing this stuff, again, you can, I guess you can make some money, y'all, on there. But here's what I'm talking about. If you done did all this stuff, got enough courage up to build you out some things, right? Products. You didn't got enough courage to step out on faith, which I'm like, come on, y'all. You ain't stepping out on faith. It's not that deep, y'all. Go get your website built. Go get your website built. There are all type of places to get products. It just is what it is. I can't really say all of them on these live platforms because some of these platforms aren't friendly to that type of conversation due to different conflict of interest. But start doing research on where you can get products at as a business, not a consumer price. You ain't gotta pay for nothing extra. You ain't gotta be in no secret club or nothing like that. It's a bunch of things. But the question is, remember, first, that's an example. But the question is this: what is it that you do? What is it that you're trying to do? And then make this stuff simple. Your $100 products might be some sort of candles. You make candles. You ain't buying that from nobody. You making it. Your special product might be some form of what the new thing that these ladies be doing. What is it called? Is it like body butter or whatever that stuff, the little body glaze stuff? You know the stuff they be selling all the time. You know how to make this stuff. You ain't buying it from nobody. You're making it. So what are you doing? You're going to get the ingredients that you need to make it. You're packaging up and you're doing what? You're going online selling it and you shipping this stuff out to folks. Body butter. There you go. Think about this. What's up, family? Think about this for a second, y'all. If it is a physical product, have you ever thought about having your own product made? Have you ever thought about having your own type of product made? Whatever it is, shirts, hats, shoes, pants, jewelry, whatever. Whatever your product is, board games, video games, whatever it is. I don't know your talents, but you got one, guaranteed. What's up, family? You 100% got one. So you're taking your talents, whether it's a hobby or not, and you're turning it into your business because you're doing it anyway. You might be a teacher. That might be your thing. All these things gonna require time, but right now we're just talking about making money. That's the easy part of this process, right? But if you're a teacher, you might decide when you get out of school that you might do online tutoring for folks and charging them a fee. You might decide that, hey, I'm gonna take a classroom in a tutor format, and maybe I can deal with 10 kids at one time. You might decide I get off work at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock from my school. By 5 o'clock, I'm at home. From 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock, you're tutoring different grade levels. At 10 o'clock, we have a class going. There's gonna be 10 people in it, 10 in this class. We're gonna get tutoring for this grade level. We're gonna get a tutor for this grade level. We're gonna get a tutor for that grade level. It might not be hours at a time, it might be 30 minutes at a time. I don't know, but it is what it is. Being that you're doing this through a Zoom or some form of a WebEx, guess what's happening, boys and girls? You got 10 people in your classroom virtually for 30 minutes at a time. In 1 hour, you have tutored what? 20 people. Watch this. You might say from 5 o'clock to 9 for 4 hours, you didn't have 8 sessions, 10 in each session. That's over 80 kids. What happens if you charging them $100 per kid? What happens if you charging them $50? Say it's $100 per kid. And you just tutoring them Monday through Friday. $100 per kid. You didn't tutor 80 kids. They paying for it regardless if they show up or not. That ain't on you. They paying for it. What's 100 times 80, y'all? Anybody want to do the math for me? That's $8,000 a day. What's $8,000 times 5, boys and girls? That's $40,000 a week. That's more than you making on your job as a teacher. What's that in a month, y'all? $160,000 a month. It's gonna take you 4-5 years to get that money. You didn't got it in a month. What's that in a year, boys and girls? $1.2 million. 6 times 12 is another 720. That's $1.9 million in a year. Doing the skill that you already have. I'm not a teacher. I'm not the sharpest marble in the bag, but making money is easy, y'all. Making money is just based off of how creative can you be with following the law. I'm going to say that again. How creative can you be with following the law? As long as you're following the law, boys and girls, guess what? You can win. None of this stuff stops you. You need money to make money? What if I told you you don't? What if I told you you don't need no money to make no money? What if I just gave a random example right now on how you can make money without money? Would you do it? Or would you just use it for a debate? Would you actually use it? Okay. Let's see. We're going to get one way out the gate. The one way out the gate is simple. You can go to your county right now, for free, and sign up for a grant writing class right now today, and it's free. You can go to your county right now and sign up for a grant writing class for free. Once you have taken this grant writing class, make it your goal to write 10 grants a day. Every day. That's 300 grants you're going to write for the whole year. And this stuff ain't you really physically writing this stuff out, y'all. This stuff is plug and play. It's plug and play. So if you didn't rent over 300 grants, the average grant $5,000, how many grants you think you're going to get approved for out of the 300? It's not a big percentage. Let's say you get approved for 6 of them out of the 300 that you written at $5,000 a piece. That's $30,000 in a month, boys and girls. It didn't cost you a dime. Uh-oh. Okay. That's something simple. If you ain't got no money, go get the assistance. They have government assistance out here. I learned that you can go get you a government phone. Don't cost you a dime. You can go out there and go get on Section 8. 100% you can. You can go out there and get food stamps. 100%. You need the assistance. Get on the list. 100% you can. Imagine that. Well, I don't want to be on government assistance forever. You don't have to be. Once you actually go get on the assistance and you on there for a time frame, what are you going to do? You're going to use your Section 8 voucher and go through the NACA program and apply for a home through NACA. And your government assistance, which is your Section 8, is going to pay for your new home that you're going to be owning. Wait a minute, you can do that? Yeah, you can do that. Imagine that. Imagine that. about what I just said. Now, that's just two off the top of my head. If I had a little bit of time to think, that list is deep, y'all. That list is deep. You know how many stores be having those little pallets in the back of their stores that they be trying to get rid of? And they ain't got they gotta wait till the dump comes. They're gonna charge them an arm and leg to go dump it. You know you can go get those pallets, and they have sites all the way around your city, your city, your city that you can take those to and get paid for the pallets. It didn't cost you no money. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Money is never any one issue, y'all. It's information, and you taking action with the information that you get. Let's take it a step further than this. The obvious thing is what we on right now today. Watch this. Uh-oh. Can you imagine being on a free social media site and you telling your woe stories about how long you've been broke and how long you've been struggling to the people and how you surviving and what you got going on? And that's just what you're doing. And you telling this story to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Riff, all these different platforms. Think about that for a second. You on these platforms for free. It didn't cost you a dime. Tell your story. There's a ton of people that got the same story as you, and they want to hear it. They want to know how you overcame what you overcame. If you have it, how you going through this process and how you dealing with it. Share it. There's an audience from it. Guess what happens, boys and girls? You can get monetized on these platforms. It didn't cost you a dime. Good old Country Wayne went from I had $13,000 left to making 300 grand a month by doing skits on social media, y'all. In every problem, there's a profit. It don't matter what your problem is. Money is not your problem, people. Money is not your problem. Information is your problem. And taking action with the information that you get is your problem. Because money ain't even real to begin with, y'all. That's why you make money. You get it? You make money. Now, if you're talking about investing is investing, right? That's something different. But money ain't your issue. Nah, that's not your issue. You got clothes at your crib that you don't wear no more. You ain't worn years because you can't fit it. Why that stuff ain't been sold? Why you haven't sold your old clothes, your old shoes? You ain't wearing them. They just sitting there collecting dust. Clean them puppies up, put them online, and start selling them. They got Etsy. They got all these different platforms. Amazon. They got all these platforms out here where you can sell your stuff. You can sell it for free. It didn't cost you a dime. Imagine that. Imagine that. Think, y'all. These are things that you got to go and do, y'all. Do you research the type of tree on the land before you buy it? No, not really. Because you got to remember, if I get on a piece of land and I can afford it and it's available for sale, I'm buying it. Because any tree on your land makes you money. You get it? Now, if you're in a tree business and you look for a certain type of tree, sure, you want to research it, but it don't matter. I'll give you an example. I was on live on a 41 and a half acres of land that me and my wife bought, I think it was September last year. We bought 41 and a half acres of land. We was on the land. It looked like it was a fig tree out there. That's what we found out it was later after we bought it. We thought we had some pecan trees out there, but there were no pecan trees. I think a crow had dropped the pecan down. And I was on live, and Walt, I think he on TikTok. I think so. Walt said, Zabo, is that some Georgia yellow pine that I see? I said, I don't know. I turned the camera around, showed it to him. He said, yeah, man, I said Georgia yellow pine out there. I said, what does that mean? I ain't have a clue. I knew it was some pine trees. I ain't know it was a such thing as no Georgia yellow pine, and I'm from Georgia. Didn't have a clue. Now we own the land. The whole 41.5 acres is filled of Georgia yellow pine. I want y'all to put this stuff in perspective. I did the research after the fact. It blew my mind how much you get off those trees. It blew my mind. Here I thought I was gonna be just selling pine straw to places like Home Depot and Lowe's. It blew my mind. Here I thought around Christmas time we were gonna be selling some Christmas trees. It blew my mind, y'all. So my answer to that is no. If I get on a piece of land and I can afford it and it's available for sale, I'm buying it. As far as in bidding process and all the other stuff, if you're down like at a land bank auction or something like that and you're bidding on properties, you get a long period of time to look at the land before you buy it. So depending on what you're trying to use the land for, yeah, you're researching that stuff, sure, right? If you're trying to build a home on the land that you're buying, you want to make sure it's not in a flood zone, 100%. You want to make sure ain't no easement. You want to make sure all these different things are in place depending on what you're using it for. But when I'm just out and about, if I land on a piece of land that I can afford and it's available, I'm making them the offer. And then I have what's called a due diligent time frame in between 30 and 35 days to do whatever research I want to do on it before I have opportunity to bag out. Get it? So I'm doing a soil test, a perk test. I'm doing a survey. There are a couple other tests. Depends on what type of situation it is that's out there going on. But these things are going to happen in the time frame once I got the property under contract and I'm in my due diligence period. You get it? So, any research you can do on the property is great. I mean, I don't knock it. But me personally, I don't spend a lot of time doing a whole bunch of heavy researching before I make a decision to buy it. If that makes sense. So going back to what we're talking about, y'all, this motivation thing that everybody got. What if your land has wild hogs on it? I mean, the 41.5 acres of land that we just purchased had wild hogs on it. In fact, when I was live down there, dang, she ain't out here. Well, I heard a wild hog, and you saw, if you was on my live, you saw my eyes got big, and I hopped up in my truck quick. But if it got wild hogs in it, I mean, that's a blessing. Remember, wild hogs are deep off in the woods, in the rubbish, right? When you clear the land out, the wild hogs, they not out here in the open like that, y'all. They're gonna be deep off in there. I don't want to talk too much about it, but let me just say this. Bacon is amazing. Bacon is amazing. Bacon is amazing. And I'm gonna put it to you like this. This close friend to the family, he got a bunch of land. He got this one piece of land where his land is over flooded with them. And he be capturing, he just be giving them away for free. It's so much wild hogs that are on his land. He can't get rid of them. And he's tried. And I'm talking about he have everybody, their mom out there going to get that stuff. And they can't get rid of it. But he make a decent amount of money with his deal with that local grocery store. So it's never any real concerns when it comes to those things, because you make money when you buy land, not when you sell it. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me see something. Hold up. That was weird. I don't know what that was, y'all. My door. I'm like, who at my door? Get away from my door. So look, y'all. Push that up a little bit, so I don't get hit in the head. Push it up just a little bit. So look, y'all. Don't be racking your brain over what ifs. It's irrelevant. Rent the land for hunting hogs? No, I can't rent the land for hunting no hogs out there, because it's in conservation. And being it's in conservation, they're trying to preserve the wildlife. So you can't do that. So what you do is you clear off enough land so they're not coming around your land. And you can put things around the portion of the land that you're clearing off so they can't get in on your property. You ain't really gonna have that issue no way though. What up, family? You call LexisNexis? Well, you can't dispute with LexisNexis at all. You have to dispute with the credit bureau. LexisNexis is where they're getting the credit bureaus are getting their information from. So once you freeze your clue report in your personal file with LexisNexis, then you want to go to Equifax, TransUnion, Experian and start disputing. It's two separate things. Gates, fences, yeah, you can do that on the land that's cleared. Yeah, but you can dispute everything, 100%. Medical bills, yeah, all of it. It don't matter what it is. It's coming off. Bankruptcies too. Uh-oh. The milk's going bad. Bang, bang. So what I'm saying here today is, y'all, stop telling people you need some motivation. Motivation ain't going to help you. It hasn't helped you. It has not helped you. Motivation haven't helped you at all. Stop telling people, man, I need some motivation so I can do this. It ain't helped you. It just is what it is. Speak about the process of using banks as a lending institution. Which part? I mean, it's pretty simple. You're just going to the bank getting a loan. Whether you're getting a loan through your personal or your business credit, you're just going to the bank getting a loan. That's it. They're lending you money. And you're taking that money to do what? Make money. Because that's the only purpose of money. Only purpose of money is to make money. Nothing more than that. So anytime you get a loan from the bank, a credit card, any form of currency, I don't care if it's credit, I don't care if it's the regular digital currency, I don't care if it's crypto, I don't care if it's from the stock market, I don't care what it is. Any form of money that you get, the only purpose of it is to make money. That's it. Nothing more than that. So these lending institutions, banks, these credit unions, it's cryptocurrency, that lending institution to y'all. These insurance policies, they're all lending institutions, y'all. That's all it is. You're taking them and you're using it for what it's supposed to be used for, to make money. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And that's really the game. That's really the game. So to take it a step further than that, right? So if you have a business and you're making money from your business, let's say you're selling soap. I don't know. I'm just throwing something random out, y'all. Let's say you're selling soap. What are you doing? Your business made money, right? Your business had expenses. Your business had taxes. The rest of that money, right after the taxes, you showing what you earn. That next year, you going to the bank and you asking them for a loan. That's it. Now, what are you doing with that money? You buy more soap to sell more soap. It's only to make money. That's it. That's what the banks do with your money. Make money. Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's all they're doing. They do other things, right? They do other things, right? They do things like buy land. They buy land in a different way. They buy homes. They buy homes in a different way. They're called mortgages. They buy insurance policies, y'all. Big ones. Big ones. Oh, yeah. They'll let you do that too. 100%. That's a good call out too, mister. 100%. That's a but this is how this stuff works, y'all. So what I'm saying is don't let the lack of motivation stop you from doing what you're doing, because the reality of it is you don't need no motivation. Motivation has gotten you to the place that you are right now today. And that's the truth. The other thing, I don't really want to talk about it too much because it'll get kind of sensitive, but nothing against this at all. But y'all stop talking about here. I'm stepping out on faith stuff. Stop. 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 To me, it doesn't make sense. And I could be wrong. You can do what you want to do, but when I hear people say that, you got to step out on faith, I'm thinking to myself, what do you mean? Your faith is what you believe, right? If your faith is what you believe, you telling me all this time you haven't been believing in yourself? You ain't got faith in yourself? You telling me if you lost your job today, you would do everything in your power to either A, go get another job somewhere, B, start your own thing so you never have to go through that again? You're going to go out and try to figure out how to make money. You're going to go figure it out. So this whole step out on faith thing is just like motivation, y'all. It's just lip service. It sounds good. I've been trying to step out on faith for a long period of time. Well, that means you don't believe. You just don't. I'm sorry. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I apologize. This is a place of love. I ain't punching down. How much capital do you need to have your own bank? I don't know. I don't know. From what I understand, if you're trying to start a bank, like literally start a bank, I don't think it's you. If you got $2 million, right, liquid, right, you got that $2 million, they'll consider you, right? But you have to go through a process to get approved to get a bank, and you can't use your own $2 million unless you're going through some form of private type banking thing. But if you start a regular bank, you got to have that 2 million to the side, and you can't use that 2 million to make that happen. Can you apply for NACA? Once you get the mortgage, 100%. So, like, if you go through NACA, right? Once you go through NACA, you're gonna get provided a mortgage. Once that mortgage is provided, you can put that mortgage in a trust. It don't matter. That's something completely different. You know what I mean? But I don't know I don't necessarily know what would be the point other than you don't want your name to be shown in public records when they look up your home, maybe. But it may be, it could benefit you, I guess. But that's not really the bigger deal. You know what I mean? Once you are making money, right? Then you got to start worried about the trust and all the other stuff. If you have to go through NACA to get a home, right? That means you're not making a lot of money. So that means you don't have a lot of things to put in a trust anyway. You get it? So I would say that you got to be making money. And if you're making a good amount of money, you really can't go through NACA like that unless you get a property in one of these different zones that they deem they want people to be in. If that makes sense. If you already own the property and put the property in the trust, yeah. If you have a home, you can put your home in the trust 100%. If you live in it, 100%. Yeah. So if you live in a home, 100% you can put in a trust, even if there's a mortgage on it. That part don't matter. But going through NACA, then trying to get a trust to put it in, again, you're spending anywhere from $1,500 to $5,000 to set up your trust anyway. And that's if you're not just going, I'm gonna fill out the form and I'm gonna pay the $355 to file it, right? But if you get an attorney to sell up their trust, you're spending anywhere from $1,500 to $5,000. That's money that you could be using to do other things. Like getting a trust it is important long term, but it ain't the top of the priority when you're very first starting out. That's why whenever you hear me talk about these examples of going through that 10-year plan, you never hear me talk about a trust ever. Not at that point, because you got to have things to put in it. Some people get a trust just to say they got a trust. But if it ain't nothing in the trust, what's the point? You get it? The trust is only there. It's a tool that you use to protect certain things, privacy, right? But also delegate what's going to transpire after you gone. You're basically avoiding probate. That's basically what you're doing. But it's giving some clear direction on how you want things to happen. Now, once you start making money, navigating through a trust while you're making money can be very beneficial. And I'm not talking about from like taxes. Who cares about that? Right? At least I don't. It is what it is. If I owe it, I got to pay it. But it helps you navigate some other things that might be a little bit too complicated for me to explain on a social media platform, especially when people aren't there anyway, even though people want to hear all that information and they ain't nowhere in that situation to begin with. It's just going to be information overload. So there's that. But going back to the topic, y'all, what's your motivation? What's motivating you today, boys and girls? What's motivating you to do the things that you say you want to do? Is it because you want to go on that vacation? Is there a new vehicle that's coming out in 2025 that you want? Do you want to have a big old, nice, pretty house? Or are you just trying to get your teeth fixed? Or are you trying to go get this surgery? Or are you trying to flex and floss for other people that don't like you anyway? You want to be able to brag when you go to the holiday event with your family in front of your mom and your dad that you're doing better than your brother and your sister. What is the motivation for? What is it for, y'all? And what motivates you? It's garbage, y'all. It's garbage, y'all. All of it's garbage. Because motivation haven't got you out of your rat race. And these people that's telling you they were so motivated to get out of their rat race, you should ask them, how much motivation was it? So I know how much motivation I got to give so I can get out of my rat race. How much motivation was it? I can tell you, it wasn't motivation, boys and girls. It was gravity pulling them away from it. They couldn't believe they was at a job that they couldn't stand their boss, that were getting on their nerve every single day. They kept saying, I ain't taking another minute of it. And even with that type of motivation, boys and girls, what happens when that boss ain't there no more? When that boss that's been pushing you to do all these different things, and that's the reason why you left this job. I was so motivated to get up out of that job. I couldn't take it. I started my own business. You were so motivated to do it. I'm with you on that. You were so motivated to do it. Now you done left your job. You done started your business. That motivation gone. Now what? Now you stuck in another rat race with your own business being a glorified supervisor. This stuff got to be bigger than motivation, y'all. It got to be gravity. It got to be gravity, y'all. If it's gravity, ooh, it never ends, y'all. It never, ever, ever ends. You don't believe me? Stand up right now and jump in the air and see if you don't come back down. Stand up right now, jump in the air, and see if you don't come right back down. It got to be gravity, y'all. You want something pulling you, y'all. I ain't going to keep being a dead horse. I think I made my point. Later for motivation, y'all. Start doing this stuff because you ain't got no choice. Start doing this stuff because you know you're trying to do everything in your power to make sure your kids, your grandkids, your great-grandkids, your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great have a head start on life. That's what it's about, y'all. All this other stuff is just good conversation, y'all. It's enough for you to get a good debate going on with people that you know and people that you don't know. It's enough for you to make somebody look crazy when you debate with them because you know something. That's all it's good for, y'all. Because the reality of it is, all these people that you think you're doing this for, they don't care not nothing about it, no way. And all these people that you think you stunting on, they don't like you either. They can't stand you. And they probably ain't paying no attention to you no way. They probably ain't even thought about you. The person that you trying to stud on your 10-year high school graduation reunion, or on your 20-year high school graduation reunion, or your college reunion that you going to. When I go to my 10-year reunion, I'm gonna be studying on them. I'm gonna pull up in this. I'm gonna be super sharp. I gotta get fit for it so I can be looking good because they're gonna be looking old. I gotta show them people ain't even thought about you. And when you get to your 10-year reunion, they ain't even gonna be there. They ain't even gonna show up for it. You just gonna be there by yourself with some other people that don't know you either. They don't even remember you from high school. You went to high school with us? I didn't know you went to high school with us. You went to college with us? I ain't even gonna know you that because the people that you want to see it ain't paying attention to you, y'all. They ain't paying attention to you. They not. It's crazy. Well, think of it this way, family. Think of all the stuff that I share on these live platforms, right? A lot of you all, right? Some of you all may have heard this stuff before. A lot of people haven't. So imagine trying to take information that you heard somewhere, maybe your first time heard, second time, third, whatever, and share it with somebody else. It's going to be like a deer in headlight. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it at all. 99.5% of the people on the planet, they can't even begin to wrap their brain around the stuff that I share on these lives, let alone comprehend it. They can't comprehend this stuff. Because in their mind, they've been conditioned one way. And that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So what you have to do is, if you have family and friends that you want to share this information, right, with, and you want them to take heed to it so they can start following it, guess what has to happen? They have to see your results. You got to be doing this stuff. Because once you're doing it, you ain't got to share it. They going to ask. Listen, and I'm going to make sure I say this right. I got an older brother and a younger sister. I got older cousins. I'm close to the youngest, besides my younger sister. I got younger cousins too, but like in our age group, right? I'm the youngest out of outside of my sister. It just is what it is, right? When I very first started this journey, I was at Bank of America, y'all. I was there for 20 years as an executive without a college degree. Y'all, people went checking for me, not even my family. My brother and my sister would reach out. We would talk all the time. I would go see them. We do all this stuff too. That's just family, right? It is what it is. But the majority of my family was not checking for me. It just wasn't. And when we would go to like little things, like events and stuff like that, yeah, they were like, okay, Z get to some money because I'm making a couple $100,000 a year at the bank. And I ain't got no college degree. So that's impressive, right? But they're like, he making some money, but yeah, if he loses his job, he's screwed. You know how your family talk about you. Don't be silly, y'all. Your family talk about you. When they found out I left the bank, when they finally found out I left the bank, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I had never gave them any indication of this. It was what it was. They knew what level I had made it to at the bank. I want to put that in perspective too. You know, these fools thought I got fired. You know, I'm calling them fools. Them fools thought I got fired. Because in their mind, there's no way that you didn't worked this hard, made it to an executive level. You've been at the bank for 20 years and you ain't got no college degree and you just gonna quit? No, I retired. Just tell the truth, they fired you. You just saying you retired because you're embarrassed about them firing you. No, I really retired. They couldn't believe it, y'all. Well, what you gonna do now? Nothing. I'm gonna keep grinding. I got my business and stuff, but I'm going into full retirement, y'all. They couldn't believe it. Oh, he gonna be back working within 6 months. Most business fail within the first 2 years, and he ain't got no college degree. When his business failed, he got to start all the way over because ain't nobody hire him as no executive at no company without a college degree. I'm not talking about friends. I'm not talking about people on social media. I'm talking about my family. Word get back around to me. Yeah, they were talking about you. You ain't come to the event. They were talking crazy about you, talking about you must be struggling, so you don't want to show that you're struggling, that you regret leaving your job. I'm like, for real? And my brother, my sister be like, I tried to tell them, they ain't got a clue. They ain't showing up no more because they really don't like y'all like that. They don't like y'all like that, so he ain't showing up. Y'all ain't doing that but gossiping anyway. I ain't got time for that. I'm on a different mission. They couldn't tell. Then when they started seeing glimpses of things, imagery. They was able to go on a trip and be gone for this amount of time. They were gone for 2 weeks. Well, he is retired. How they was on vacation 2 weeks? Man, this 401k must have been good. He was there for 20 years. They flying first class. Sometimes they flying private. They riding around in this. He looks like he's sharp every day. His wife looks sharp. His kids look sharp. Man, it's been a year. He ain't went back to work yet, y'all. He must be doing something. I hope he ain't done that and went to the streets. Oh my God, I hope he ain't in them streets. This is my family, y'all. That's what they talk about. I hope y'all picking this up. Year 2, go back around. Now he conducting business. The toilet paper company booming. Ooh, I ain't know you can make all that money in toilet paper. Any excuse to do. They making money in toilet paper. Man, I just saw him on a David Banner podcast show. David Banner podcast show. How'd he get on there? These is years later, y'all. Is that AJ Sanders? The lady from Different World, the Cosby Show? Def coming in jail? How did he connected with them? Man, did y'all see that article in Yahoo Finance with him and his wife about the toilet paper company? Man, he getting it. Man, we starting to believe. It's all illusion. Your family in that same boat. Let me call and check on him. I ain't called and talked to him in almost 10 years. Let me call and check on him. Z, I've been trying to reach you. Call me back. No call back. No call back. You know, it's a strange thing when people try to can't get in contact with you. You got the same number. It's a strange thing when people trying to get in contact with you. You got the same number, and they can't get in contact with you. Think about what I'm saying. Think about what I'm saying. Man, Z just bought 50 acres. What do you mean he bought 50 acres? What are you gonna do with it? He just holding it right now. He got some other stuff he doing, but I know he just bought 50 acres. 50 acres? He didn't buy. What do you mean he bought 50 acres? I know he bought 3 acres. Where does 50 acres come from? I don't know. He must gonna build some houses on it, some apartments or something on it. He said he ain't doing that with that land. He ain't building no apartments or no homes on that land. But why would he just buy 50 acres? They can't even wrap their brain around that. Z just bought another 85 acres. What do you mean he bought 85 acres? What did he do with the 50 acres? He got something going on. We got homes and stuff on it. Nah, he got something going on out there. Y'all, your family's going to be this way. Why am I sharing this? Nobody cares if you're stepping out on faith. Until you believe in yourself, don't nobody believe you anyway. Don't nobody believe you anyway. They can care less whether you make it or not. That's family, friends, and associates. So what do? You have to start getting the results. When you get the results, everybody and their mama gonna try to figure out what it is that you're doing, and they're gonna be coming to you. And when they come to you, you can easily say to them at that point, hey, this is the process that I'm following. This is what I'm doing right here. If you decide to communicate with them at that time, this is what I'm doing. And they're gonna do everything in their power to prove to you that they don't do it. And they're gonna follow what you're saying. They not. Now they have a great talking point to tell them, no, he really did that. She really doing this. No, they the truth. That's my cousin. That's my nephew. That's my niece. So don't worry about trying to convince nobody to do this stuff, y'all. They will believe you when they start seeing the results in you, even if it's just imagery. When they start seeing your results, they'll start believing you. And you won't have to convince nobody. I promise you won't. Because even at that point, once they start believing you, they're going to say all type of wild stuff. She done sold her soul to the devil. All money ain't good money. A rich man won't make it into heaven. Yo, it's mind-blowing on, y'all. It's mind blowing. This stuff is mind blowing. A rich man won't make it into heaven. What's really gonna blow their mind? There's no such thing as being rich. So you're right. A rich man won't make it into heaven because there's no such thing as rich. It don't exist. Here they are telling you. Here they are telling you all money ain't good money. And they out here going to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week, getting pennies, taking them away from the people that they care about and love the most. You right. All money ain't good money. And I can tell you, if I got to go fight a job for years, angry at my upper leadership, my peers and everybody, and I'm making pennies to be away from my babies that I love, my spouse that I care about dearly. You're damn right, all money ain't good money. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Imagine they telling me all money ain't good money, and here I am spending 99% of my time with the people that I care about and love the most. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here's the big one, y'all. He done sold his soul. I'm telling y'all what my family have said about me. He done sold his soul. Now that one made my brother and my sister mad. They went ham on people for saying that about me. Z done sold his soul. We know it. That's why he getting all that stuff, because he done sold his soul. They not wrong. I did sell my soul to myself. I made the sacrifice to myself, y'all. I said for all y'all good, clean people that believe that that person, that higher power above, whatever you want to call him or her or it, if my blood, the blood that's running through me is of my father, then that would make me the same thing as my father, right? That will make me the same thing as my father. I don't think you understand that. All y'all good people that's stepping out on faith, if the blood that's running through me is from my father, I'm my father's child, right? That'll make me the same thing, right? Okay. So I sold my soul to myself. Whatever that means, put it on my back. But I'm going to make sure that everybody in my bloodline behind me will never go through what I had to go through in life. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure they don't go through what I went through in life. You know the struggle story, going to sleep hungry. The lights cut off, so you run an extension cord next door. Y'all know the little portion of the stove, you know, the place up under the stove. That's not for storing pans and stuff, pots and stuff. It's for storing none of that. We used to make toast, put some butter on it, make me a grilled cheese sandwich. When you know better, you do better, y'all. I ain't turning back. I ain't turning back. If you don't know how I feel going to sleep as a kid, wrapping yourself up in a sheet like a mummy just so no bugs won't get on you, if you don't understand that feeling, I don't care what nobody think. I know where I come from. I know what I've been through. My kids ain't going through that. My grandkids ain't going through that. My great grandkids ain't going through that. We ain't playing that type of game. Think. So I don't care if it's a family member. I don't care if it's a friend. I don't care if it's an associate. It's irrelevant to me what people think because I understand the different sacrifices that I had to make. even if that means I have to go without so they can go with. I'm gonna let it be, y'all. I ain't gonna start preaching. I ain't gonna start preaching. I ain't gonna start preaching today. I'm gonna let it go. The point that I'm making is don't convince people, y'all. They don't care no way. When you got their attention on you, that's when they want to be a part of you. That's just the truth. Once you start getting the results, they'll find their way. They still ain't gonna do nothing with it, but they'll find their way to start listening to you. Imagine going on 64 weeks ago, the very first time I got on live. I will never forget this, y'all. When I got on live, I said, let me go live on just TikTok. And then I go live on Instagram. I wasn't really going live on YouTube and all these other platforms, y'all. When I went live the very first time on TikTok, I'll never forget this. I had over 200,000 followers on TikTok. That was the very first time I went live on TikTok. Right at about not 200, it was like 150 followers on TikTok when I went live for the very first time. Watch this. It was over 500 people on my live out the gate. The very first time I went live. I'm never going to forget that. They thought I was going to be telling jokes. So they wanted to come in and laugh. Now, I don't know if they was going to laugh with me or at me. I ain't know. But when I started talking the stuff that I'm talking, they were just dwindling off. No one wanted to hear it. We got all the way down to like 3 people on the live on TikTok. And you know, TikTok live goes to everybody. Just so we put it in perspective. It was 3 people on the live, and I was just, hey, I'm gonna share it. It is what it is. People gonna start to get it. I will go over to Instagram, and my Instagram always be low, but I have different people popping in all the time because Instagram people kind of know me, right? A lot of people from my job. A lot of people from my job. They will pop on my live and try to see what I got going. And I would get on Instagram to play the brag game. Let me just show you what I'm doing. Let me just show you. You can do the same thing, but let me just show you. And they would drill it off too. Because once they saw that, hey, look, maybe he's really doing this. Maybe this stuff is really working. They were uninterested. Why? Because they didn't feel like they had enough motivation for them to do it themselves, and they weren't close enough to me in order for me to hold their hand and guide them. And the only thing I was trying to get people to understand is you don't need me to hold your hand. You don't need me to guide you. You just need to think. You need to research, and then you need to take action. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So let me say this, and let me make myself very clear when I say this. Who cares about what people think? Who cares about people listening to you? It don't matter, y'all. Run your race and run it. Keep running it and don't ever stop running your race. I promise you, people are going to take notice. They ain't got no choice because you're going to stick out like a sore thumb. You're going to stick out. When you go into places or you do different things, you're going to stick out. When me and my wife go places, they be asking, are you a celebrity? No, I'm not a celebrity. Well, why you got your faces on your necklace? Oh, okay. I'm not a celebrity. Y'all look like y'all famous. We had the young man that at the restaurant me and my wife was at was saying that we look famous. I'm like, we don't look famous. We just people out here chilling. Do you put yourself on a spending budget for clothes and shoes and etc.? No. I don't buy clothes and shoes. I don't do none of that. My wife buys it. She buy all this stuff. That's why when people say, "Where'd you get this from? Where'd you get that from?" I don't know. I don't buy it. And I wouldn't buy it. That's just me. Let me give you an example. There's never a reason for a budget when you can make money. I'm going to say that again. There's never a reason for a budget when you can just make money. It's actually easier to make money than to be on a budget. Let me give you some examples of what I mean. I know my wife won't stop shopping. My wife, y'all need to thank her. Every time y'all see her, if y'all on her lives or whatever, anytime you see my wife, y'all really need to thank my wife. She's the most important reasons why I go live. Right now, today, she's one of the most important reasons why I go live as much as I do. Not only she was like, you should get on live and share the information with people. I think people will that want to do something with it, they'll do something with it, and it's good information. But that ain't the reason why I pop on these lives, y'all. I get on these lives to give y'all free information so y'all can continue coming back and maybe learn something or do whatever you want to do with it. It don't matter to me one way or the other. I really get on these lives to show y'all my pretty clothes and pretty shoes. That's what I do. Appreciate you. Why? Because Zabo 103 is also one of my businesses. And even though I'm not making no money on none of these platforms, business expense, business expense, business expense, I can keep going. So every time them people come to drop stuff off that my wife then spent $2,000 for a pair of shoes, $1,500 for a shirt, $3,000 for a pair of pants. I gotta get on live and show y'all this stuff. I gotta get on live and show y'all this stuff. I ain't got no choice because I can't afford this stuff. The business can. You get it? I'm a content creator, boys and girls. I'm a content creator, boys and girls. And it's cool for me not to even go live. Really, I could just be doing posts every day, all day, doing posts, doing different skits, and keep it going. Think about that. Think about that for a second. But I said, let me get on live and just give people information. Why not? It just seems like the right thing to do. The people that are going to do stuff with it, they'll do it. The people that ain't, okay. Oh, I couldn't tell you, family. I ain't buy it. I don't buy no clothes, y'all. If it was up to me, I'd be in a white t-shirt or a shirt that has Legacy on it and Gibson on it, a pair of sweatpants, and maybe, if I'm going all the way out on a limb, a pair of Air Force Ones. That's it. Because I don't really care about stuff like that, y'all. Let me tell you why I don't care about that stuff. Receive the blessings. There you go. One of the reasons why I don't care about clothes, shoes, and all this stuff, y'all, name brand stuff. As a kid growing up, and I don't think I ever shared this on a live platform, but man, I don't think this is really a trigger warning, so I'm not going to say it this way. But how long you have to have your business? Day one. Day one, you got your business. You can start expensing the stuff that you're buying for your business. But when I was a kid growing up, y'all, I used to get robbed almost every single day. Now, this sounds crazy because I'm like in middle school. Like when I was in elementary school, it didn't really happen that much. But middle school, high school, I used to get robbed almost every day, it felt like. That's what it felt like. And I even to this day, I can't even wrap my brain around what somebody gonna do with your pants or your shirt or your shoes. But I would get robbed for my clothes and my shoes all the time. And I mean all the time. To the fact I, I used to think the police department had something to do with it, y'all. Because they would show up right after. I remember one time, me and my homeboys, we were coming home from school. We was in middle school. And we used to do this thing called slap boxing. Nah, it wasn't bullying. We were kids. These people were grown. There wasn't other kids bullying me because I used to squabble. Look at me. I got that complexion. People used to always try to think they gonna try me. From where I'm from, we couldn't do nothing but squabble all the time. And I was one of those kids. I'm gonna give you an example. I used to box at the Vanna Holyfield Boys and Girls Club when I was a kid. I'm gonna say that again. I used to box at the Vanna Holyfield Boys and Girls Club as a kid. Wasn't nobody picking on me. I had a lot of restraint, but we could go to war. If it's hands to hands, oh man, a kid my age, they wouldn't mess with me. Y'all, I've been 6'3" since I was in the 8th grade. When I was in the 8th grade, I was playing center in basketball. I was 6'3" in the 8th grade. I stopped growing. I'm a big dude. Think about what I'm saying. They were grown men, and they wasn't taking it like that. If you was a grown man and you ran up on me and you didn't have a TikTok gun, you weren't taking my stuff. You were getting beat down for sure. Because I used to like to squabble all the time. I was an angry kid, y'all. Angry. I was a very angry kid. That's the reason why I started boxing at the Vanna Holyfield Boys and Girls Club, because I needed to put my anger out somewhere. It used to be time when I got grown, I used to have to see some form of a fight, whether it was MMA, boxing, whatever it was, because I had anger issues, y'all. I was ignorant. But going back to the story, me and my homeboy, we were slap boxing. And they didn't really want to slap box with me, but I would slap box with them because they're like, let's slap box. It is what it is. So imagine I'm in middle school, 6'3", pretty decent reach. My homeboy's shorter than me, so we slap boxing. All of a sudden, he take off running, just take off running. I'm laughing, telling him he's scared and blah, blah. You know how we doing, we kids. Just to turn around with a TikTok gun in my face. Lay it down, lay it down. Only get up, shorty. I never forget. Y'all remember those Adidas? They was white, black with the orange stripes, kind of mid-cut. Y'all remember those? Y'all remember those shoes. Y'all remember those. Tupperware shoes. Now, I'm 6'3". I'm wearing a 12 in the 8th grade. They didn't tuck my shoes, taking my pants. I had this Tommy Hilfiger shirt on. I never forget this. It had Hilfiger on the back of the shirt. It wasn't no jersey though, but it was a like a collar polo type shirt, but it had Hilfiger across the back. I never forget going home in my tank top shirt and my underwear, or my boxers, I should say. I never forget that. That was one of many. I remember being in front of Cohen Middle School, you know, over there by Edgewood and Kirkwood. I remember being over there in front of Cohen Middle School. Me, my cousin, and two of our other little friends. We were coming back from Screaming Wheel. Now, if you from Georgia, and you got a little age on you. Y'all remember what Screaming Wheels was? It was a skate ring. We were kids catching the bus. I remember coming back from Screaming Wheels, sitting in front of Coin Middle School, about to get ready. We were waiting on the ride to come and pick us up to take us home because we had got off at Eastlake. We got off at Edgewood, Callan Park train station, and we walked to Coin Middle School. Me and our ride up there. Our ride was coming to get us, and we happened to sit at Coin Middle School and wait. So we sitting on the curve. Y'all remember them felines with the big old F on them? Y'all remember those felines, right? Y'all remember the felines? Okay, I know you remember. I remember these grown cats hopped out of the car and said, y'all know what it is, lay it down. I'm sitting on the curb with my felines on. I've been robbed at this time probably 10 times. These are all different events. I'm sitting there. Never forget this. And the dude said, man, take off them shoes, man. I took off one of my felines, gave it to him, like headed it up, and he hit my feline in the middle of the street. He hit my feline in the middle of the street. I remember getting up, going to pick up my feline, sitting on the passenger side of this cat that was robbing us, of the vehicle, putting my shoe back on, and going to sit back down. I never forget my cousin said, man, I don't know what's going on, my cousin, man, but if y'all want to do something to me, take me up the street. One of the dude that was in the driver's seat that I was sitting down, he got out and started laughing, like, man, leave them alone, man. And they pulled off. That was a dangerous situation, y'all. But I was so numb to it, it didn't make sense. Not even 5 minutes later, the police pulled up. They didn't pull up because we called them and we were getting robbed. They pulled up because they saw some kids sitting in front of Coin Middle School and they were about to take us to juvenile because it was past curfew. Why am I sharing this stuff? Y'all don't care about no clothes. I don't care about no shoes. None of it. It's irrelevant. None of this stuff means anything. And I know I took y'all on a long story about this stuff, but I want y'all to understand, y'all, all these things that we go out and we get, it's not things that you need, it's things that you want. When you start to wrap your brain around, I'm only taking my money and putting it into things that I need, it's game over. So when I say things like food, water, shelter, clothes on your back, and it don't have to be expensive clothes, y'all, I mean this. I'm not spending my money no other place. Now, my wife didn't have that same experience growing up. And being that she didn't have that same experience growing up, guess what? She go out and shop like most women do. That's what she do. That's what she do. So what do? I think, I research, and then I take action. Doing content is a business. If doing content is a business, what does that mean? Everything that you're putting on for your content is business. So if my wife gonna be spending money on clothes and shoes, I gotta show it to y'all. It's a business. Don't you write off your office space in your house? You write that square footage out, don't you? Well, social media has made a way for you to conduct business and write off more square footage of your house. So when you see me in my office, I'm conducting business. When you see me at the pool table, I'm conducting business. When you see me at the bar, I'm conducting business. When you see me in the movie theater, I'm conducting business. When you see me in the gym, I'm conducting business. When you see me in my wife's office, I'm conducting business. Guess what I get to do? Write off all that square footage. Because when you know better, you do better, boys and girls. Think. That's all this stuff is about. It's about you spending the time thinking about what it is you really want to do and taking action. It's never about money. The money is irrelevant because here's the truth. Time is the most important thing, boys and girls. Money is a byproduct of having time. You get it? Okay. If you got time to think, you can make money. If you got time to research, you can make money. If you got time to take action, you can make money. Time, people. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know. A lot of people been talking about TikTok doing what they're doing and possibly going away. But I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really put too much thought into it. And the reason why I haven't put too much thought in it, I'm on 6 different platforms, y'all, right now. And there's a bunch of more out there. Bingo, Bigo, a bunch of stuff. So I ain't really put no thought into what's going to happen when it comes to TikTok specifically, because the reality of it is you the product. It ain't TikTok. You, me, him, her. We the product, y'all. TikTok is just a platform that everybody coming on to do what they do. So shout out to that. Right? So if it does shut down, for any reason, what's going to happen? People are going to navigate to a different product. Y'all remember what was the product before? Black Planet. Y'all remember that? MySpace. AOL Chat. Vine. Do it for the Vine. Do it for the Vine. Y'all remember this stuff, right? Musical. Y'all remember this stuff, right? People migrate to different platforms over time, y'all. So if it does go away, I mean, hey, you're going to have to migrate, people. And if it does go away, check this out. Follow me on Zabo103 on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube at Zabo103. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Facebook at Xavier Gibson. Real Rumble, Zabo103. Follow me on those platforms. I'm still doing the same thing, all of these different places, y'all. You ain't got to miss a beat. So if you ain't following me on those platforms, go follow and subscribe to these different things, y'all. I'm still popping on here. I'm still going to be giving it up. Think about this stuff, y'all. Listen, y'all. It is what it is, boys and girls. My question that I'm going to share and I'm going to ask again, what motivates you? And how has it worked? How has it worked? And if it hasn't worked for you, get rid of the motivation and get you some gravity. You need to be pulled to this stuff, y'all. You got to drag you to it. I'm live on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, and Riff right now as we speak. Uh-oh. You get it? But look, y'all, I'm about to get up off here. I'm going to take up y'all whole Saturday. I hope y'all have an amazing Saturday. I know we didn't chat like we normally chat, but it was just something different on my heart that we needed to talk about today. Hopefully you all are doing the things that you need to do. Livestock auction, I'm trying to drill down right now which livestock auction I'm actually going to attend. I got my internet box with me, so the next livestock auction that we're going to go to, I have my internet box popping, so y'all will be able to be live with me at the livestock auction. Shout out to that. Next week, we'll be closing on 1,157 acres of land out there in good old Mississippi, 45 minutes outside of Shelby. We in between Shelby and Memphis, Tennessee. So we'll be closing on 1,157 acres of land. Shout out to that. It's so much more stuff that's going to come up, y'all. I'm really excited about the month of March, and all the stuff that's transpired for this month. Time is flying, y'all. It ain't stopping from nobody. So if you jump on board and do some different things with your life, great. If you don't, time still gonna tick. It just is what it is. Look, remember, boys and girls, research over me search. In the meantime, y'all be good or have fun being bad. And I'll see y'all on the other side of the sun. Peace.